Meet Jim Smith. Jim is the risk manager at Omega Industries, a successful company that has always been committed to running a safe and profitable operation. As the risk manager, Jim has always purchased conventional guaranteed cost insurance for Omega's workers' compensation, automobile, and general liability exposures. However, despite these coverages being an effective risk transfer technique, Jim has always been frustrated with the lack of control over claims and premiums. Historically, Omega's annual loss ratios have been well under 40%, yet its premiums never reflect the success of maintaining such a safe work environment. Jim came to believe that this is simply how all insurance works, until he found Captive Resources. Captive Resources is an independent consulting firm specializing in alternative insurance solutions and the industry leader in creating and overseeing group captive insurance company. Captive Resources' experienced team spoke with Jim and his broker about exploring an alternative risk financing technique known as group captive insurance. A group captive is an insurance company owned by its members for the benefit of its members. Jim had some prior knowledge of captives, but always assumed that they were only for large corporations and that Omega was much too small to participate in such a program. This is not the case. Captive Resources is able to help companies who are paying as little as $150,000 and as much as $10 million a year in combined workers' compensation, automobile, and general liability insurance premiums. After performing a full review and actuarial analysis of Omega's current program, Captive Resources was able to achieve significant improvements and cost savings through a member-owned group captive option. The captive provided Omega broader insurance coverage, more control over the claims handling process, and a significant reduction in annual premiums. In addition, the captive enabled Omega to share in 100% of the profits and investment income dollars of its new insurance program. Now, for every dollar that Omega pays in as premium, approximately 33% goes to operational cost and 67% to a loss fund that earns interest, which, if not used to pay claims, will come back to Omega or its designated preferred shareholder as a dividend. Omega has now been in their captive for 5 years, and Jim and the owners could not be happier. During this time, their company has been able to reduce its total annual insurance costs by 50% by effectively controlling losses and receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars in dividends. Jim used these savings to implement an employee safety incentive plan that now allows workers to share in the program's profitability. This strategy has significantly increased employee productivity and morale, which has helped to bolster Omega's bottom line even further. Because Omega has achieved such great results in its casualty captive, it's now exploring similar captive options that Captive Resources offers for property coverage and excess stop-loss coverage for self-insured employee medical plans. Don't let your hard work and good loss experience subsidize the competition. Contact Captive Resources today to take control of your insurance destiny.